Now at 6, we're live at the Ottawa County Fair in celebration of the completion of the More Power Tower project. Plus, the City of Miami updates its utility billing as residents see high prices. And we'll hear from a local energy official on the importance of 811 Day.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
We are live today at the Ottawa County Free Fair in Miami, Oklahoma to celebrate the completion of the More Power Tower project. This is the KOAM News at 6. I'm Danny Terzer. For the next 6 weeks, we will be live at different areas of the 4 states every Thursday during the 5 and 6 p.m. newscasts as part of our More Power to You tour. We are all experiencing higher utility bills due to the extreme heat. However, residents of Miami are experiencing high utility bills with an extra charge. KOAM's Amber Jenkins speaks to city officials to explain.
Residents of Miami, Oklahoma are receiving higher than usual utility bills. City officials said the reasonings for the higher utility bills caused a perfect storm. In 2021, a winter storm caused headaches for many cities due to the high demand of natural gas, but not enough supplies. Grand River Dam Authority supplies the city with utilities using natural gas, which leads to the city owing $2.7 million to GRDA. This year, the Tribe of Miami gave the city $1.7 million as an advance utility payment to cover the power adjustment costs from the GRDA. However, all residents within Miami city limits have to pay the monthly power cost adjustment until the $1.7 million is recovered to recoup the utility credit given to the tribe. This appears as a PCAX on the utility bill. The other million was paid from Miami commercial businesses. City officials admit this is confusing. That's why they recently released a new format of the bill to be more transparent to residents.
You will also see your specific electric charge based on your usage. So this new bill format breaks down each individual charge. It gives you a little bit more explanation. We also are going to start including the electric rate that is set by the City of Miami, as well as the charges that they're getting from GRDA, and we are going to include the rate at which those are charged as well on their bill.
The City of Miami is offering some assistance to residents.
If somebody's not able to pay the full amount, we will do everything in our power to work with them and get them set up on payment plans. Now, of course, there are factors that go into consideration when it comes down to the debt payment plans. Customers can only have one at a time. So if they are already on a debt payment plan, that's not something we can utilize. We also have, the average monthly plan, and we can kind of combine the offers as well. So the average monthly plan in combination with the debt payment plan. But again, every case is different.
Reporting in Miami, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
During the peak of demand for natural gas, GRDA raised its prices by more than 200%. A Granby, Missouri man is dead after a crash in Newton County. Authorities say that 90-year-old George Eves was traveling east on Highway H4 miles east of Neosho. When he turned, he failed to yield for another vehicle that hit him. Eves was pronounced dead at the scene. The other driver received minor injuries. Today is 811 Day. It's an annual initiative led by the U.S. Department of Transportation's Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration to ensure the practice of safe digging is echoed in communities across the country. KOAM Segun Amidele has more on the story.
When you need help from the police, you call 911. Who do you call when you need help to ensure and practice safe digging? Today is 811, a day that reminds people to always call a toll-free number 811 before putting a shovel to the ground in order to ensure not to hit or damage a gas pipeline or an electric pipeline.
It's very important because there's a lot of utilities in the ground at this point. And it can create a safety hazard for the public, for you and the public, the person doing the actual excavating, and then people around that area.
Speaking to Mike Fronelli, the regional manager of Spiral Energy Southwest, he says incidents often occur when people fail to call 811?
Yes, unfortunately, we have that situation probably too often. It's getting better. I think the whole industry, we strive to make that better as we go. I've seen a big change in it in the last 10 years. 811 has strived to have more of a presence in our communities and make sure that we're trying to be safe.
Mike also tells us what to do if we hit a gas line.
Yeah, if you hit our line and create a leak, that we ask you to just back away from that area and call our emergency number and or 911. If for some reason you can't get our number, I would call 911 and they'll get a hold of us. And just make sure you back away and don't try to repair or slow the leak yourself.
In Joplin, Sheikh Bamdele, KOAM News.
For more information about safe digging and excavation, visit SpireEnergy.com/callyoudig or contact Spire's Damage Prevention Department. Doug Hetty is out here for the fair with me today. Tell us about the weather.
Well, it feels a lot better now than it did during the 5 because we had the sun glaring down on us, but a lot of stuff going on. There's a little calf over here. I got roosters squawking at me over here and a lot of food trucks. So it's been kind of fun to walk around. I know the fair's going on, of course, tonight, tomorrow, and then into the weekend as well. Outside, the weather's been pretty good. We've had clear skies. It's hot, of course. It's summertime, but overall, we don't have any humidity, which is great. But you can see no rain inside across the entire Central Plains. Things are pretty quiet. Upper 80s on the Missouri side, 87, Nevada, 86 in Cassville. Here in Miami, we're sitting at 88 degrees, and then you hit Parsons at 95, Neodesha at 96, 94 in Yates Center, but this, of course, is a dry heat. As we go through the evening hours, we'll slide back through the 90s, 80s, 70s, eventually into the mid-60s. So it's one of those nights, once again, that you could actually, if you wanted, you could open up the windows. You want to shut them early in the morning as we start to warm back up, but it's going to be a pretty nice evening. And we're out here live at the fairgrounds. It's been actually a pretty good time. We've had a chance to talk to people coming up, so it's been a good kickoff of our More Power tour.
Absolutely. I think it's going to pick up around here too. We're going to get some more people and some more energy, so we'll talk to you a little bit later. Thanks, Doug. The continuing heat is making it hard for people to keep their grass healthy. Twin Oaks Golf Course in Joplin is prepared for this, and they have a plan ready for the heat. The general manager of the golf club says their superintendent takes good care of the golf course, especially the greens, which are the most important parts for the golfers. He says if there was a lot of rain with the extreme heat, it could be worse for the greens than lack of rain.
The water that sits in those greens, and when it heats up, it's almost like putting water in a saucepan and putting it on your oven, and it just starts to boil from underneath.
Allen says that even though it is more expensive to water the courses by themselves instead of the help with the rain, it gives them better control on how the course will look. Coming up, we'll be joined with the mayor of Miami, Bless Parker, to talk about the importance of the Ottawa County Free Fair. Welcome back. We're joined with the mayor of Miami, Bless Parker. Thank you for being here today. I know this fair is one of the biggest events for this town and this county. How important is it for you guys to have this in the area each year?
That's important for several reasons. One, the economic impact. The community gets to come out and enjoy the rides and see the animals. But the most important part is our kids, our 4-H and FFA kids. This is their time to shine. They work with these animals all year long, and this is their Super Bowl. This is where they get to come and show off all their hard work each year.
A bit of a fun question for you. To you, what is the can't miss thing of the fair each year?
If you like rides, of course the rides. I'm not a ride guy, but the premium sale. The premium sale is where the kids, like I say, they've worked hard all year, and that's where it pays off for them. That's where the community comes out and they auction off their animal to the community, and somebody in the community buys that animal. But at this level, they just get the money and they get to keep the animal to go on to the Tulsa State Fair. And so, again, that's the key for me, is the kids and their success.
So a lot of exciting things going on today, but I know there's been a lot of changes in town as well, several buildings coming down recently. Can you tell us a little bit more about some of those projects?
Yeah, some of the buildings in town, of course I've lived here my whole life, so a lot of those buildings have been run down and nothing been in them for years. So we're cleaning those buildings up, getting them knocked down. Some of the ones in the floodplain, there's nothing can go back there, so they'll be turned to green space or a parking lot. The ones that are not in a flood zone, of course, we're always recruiting businesses to come fill those spots. And right now we've got several of those spots that we're working with businesses to come and fill those. So if anybody out there wants to bring a business or expand a business, our council, our city council is very aggressive right now and ready to get something going.
What else is going on in the town of Miami that you would like to highlight?
Well, we just got done with the Route 66 Heritage Festival a couple weeks ago. We got the fair this week, and then in a couple more weeks we'll have Rodeo Miami. It's the last weekend of this month, and it's the 12th-time rodeo of the year. So if you want to see a good rodeo, come to Miami the last weekend of this month.
So the events are continuing on into the fall. It's crazy that summer is almost
Yes.
over here.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. I
You're
appreciate it. We'll be right back.
Well, of course, it's been another hot day for us today, but overall, it's turned out pretty good. We don't have much in the way of humidity out here. Of course, we're live at the Miami Fairgrounds. Of course, this has been going on all week, goes into the weekend, and overall, temperatures have been pretty good over the past couple days. We're looking at Orlando Chevrolet Cadillac of Joplin. This is on the southeast side of the city. You can actually see I-44. It looks pretty good right now. The traffic not too bad, but also clear skies. Temperatures overall, not bad. 86 Monetta, 87 in Anderson. We have 89 in Pittsburgh. It is a little bit hotter once you get out toward Neodesha, Independence, Nowata. But here in Miami, we're sitting at 88 degrees in the humidity. This is good. So these are our dew points. In the summer months, if you see dew points in the 70s, that's bad. That's really muggy, really soupy. We're kind of hanging out in that 50 to 55 degree range, which is pretty pleasant. So that's good news. So that means as we head through the overnight hours tonight, temperatures will drop back, and it's going to actually feel pretty good. 89 in Joplin, northerly winds at about 10, humidity is at 35%. Through the evening hours, we slide back through the 80s, 70s. But look at this, eventually mid-60s a little bit later on tonight. Clear skies, nothing going on here. In fact, nothing going on across the entire four-state area. Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, pretty much clear. You have to travel way south before you find any showers or thunderstorms. Southern Texas into, of course, the parts of the Rockies, you got the monsoon going, but we don't have any big storm systems heading our way. We have this big dome of high pressure, and this is kind of blocking up the pattern, meaning we're going to start to heat up, and we're going to stay dry over the next several days. Let's go hour by hour. We're going to stop here in the morning hours. So we're going to stop at 6:30 in the morning. Temperature is sitting into the mid-60s across the region. Quick warm-up, upper 80s by noon. I think by the afternoon, most of us are going to be 93, 94 degrees, so a notch or two hotter than what we did see today. Tomorrow night looks great again. Clear skies. We'll drop back into the upper 60s for overnight lows as we go into Saturday. Much of the same, but a notch or two hotter. High temps about 95, 96 degrees, and we're just going to add a degree or two as we go through the next few days. So all in all, we're going to just kind of be hot and dry, but it gets even hotter by the time we head into the second half of the weekend. Here's your day planner for you. We'll drop back to about 66 by morning, and then by about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to be sitting into the mid-90s. It's a little bit hotter than what it was today. Near 100 by Sunday, maybe even a little bit above, 101, 102. On Monday, much of the same, about 103, 104 degrees. But we are going to get a front end here late Monday into Tuesday. This is going to give us scattered showers and thunderstorms, and this is also going to cool us down quite a bit by the time we head into the middle of the work week next week. 93 tomorrow, 97 Saturday, 101 on Sunday, 103 on Monday, and then 94 Tuesday. Chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms, of course. We haven't had that much rain, so we could use a little bit more rain, and temperatures next week are shaping up pretty good.
You know, those 100, 103s, they used to scare me, but now we just have them so often. I'm like,
I know,
I can deal with that. We can make through it.
We've done it 20 times this summer.
Right,
Crazy.
exactly. Well, thanks, Doug. Coming up, Miami football head coach Zach Gardner joins us to speak about his expectations for the upcoming season. Head football coach Zach Gardner joins me now to talk about the upcoming season. It's crazy. We are just a few weeks away, and I know you had a very young team last year. How have you seen the group grow over the offseason and the preseason?
Tremendously. Like you stated, very young in the aspect that we started 6 freshmen and most of the people in 4A district in Oklahoma don't even suit their freshmen. So we're very experienced, but still fairly young, but that's really intriguing going into the season.
How has that kind of set the expectations higher now that they have a bit of experience under their belts?
Oh, absolutely. This staff that we've kind of put together in the last 5 years showed these kids some stability, and this is the group that we've grown since 7th grade. So now it's time to put it out there and see what work we put in.
3-7 record last season. I think that was your highest win total since 2018. But you had said that you kind of thought that there were a few more games that you could have won. What were the difference in those games? How do you flip those outcomes this coming season?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the devastating losses you look back was a district game versus Skytook, and we go up with 23 seconds to go. We go up with a 4-point lead and somehow find a way to lose it just on a big fluke play. So just experience. Like I said, we learn from our mistakes. Sometimes things aren't always sunshine and rainbows. We got to learn from the thorns as well. So I think we've grown from that, and as long as we take it to the right direction, I think those obviously losses are going to turn into wins. I mean, there was that game and then another game versus Cleveland, which we couldn't hang on to the ball. So definitely should have been a 500 team. Very disappointed that we weren't, but that comes with the youth.
Absolutely. Looking a little bit at your secondary, I know you had mentioned that you have kind of a bit of higher expectations for that group specifically. What are you looking for them from them this year?
Just to make plays when needed and not allow the big play to happen. I mean, it seemed like defensively we'd get ourselves in a good situation and get the team 3rd and long, and then we'd allow them to convert. Just have a breakdown here and there, and you know that's the end that's really matured as well. So we have some more experience there. We lost a good one in Keaton Jenks that's going to OBU. So we'll miss him, but we have a good core group stepping up.
Yeah, I want to talk about Carson Jenks as well. I know he's a leader on your team, a senior quarterback, and also a pretty good linebacker as well. How have you seen him improve coming into this season?
This I can't say enough about Carson right now as far as the way he's grown off the field and his leadership, the work ethic. He's never put a 6-month period consistently like he has, and I think you guys are going to see it on a Friday night, just how he's just taking his game to another level.
I know a positive takeaway from last year, you started the season really strong with 2 wins. How important is it to replicate that and kind of build that confidence early?
Oh, we need to get going. We got a good winnable game with Dewey coming up, and we need to take advantage of it.
Well, like you mentioned, August 26th against Dewey at home is your season opener. Thank you so much for your time. Good luck this season.
Thank you, guys.
We'll be right back. We take time now to honor a local member of the armed forces. Skylar Schubach has served in the U.S. Army and Kansas National Guard since 2020. His hometown, Farlington, Kansas. We're proud to salute 2nd Lieutenant Skylar Schubach, a 4-state hero. Here's a look at what's coming up on the KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We'll have reaction to Attorney General Merrick Garland's statement on a recent FBI raid of former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. Also, a new problem for several big cities across the U.S. helping people avoid evictions. And we're going to check out some new Lay's potato chip flavors. That and much more tonight on the KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
I'm getting attacked here by flies.
They're just buzzing around. Final look at the weather.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Tonight we're going to drop back into the mid-60s, mid-90s tomorrow. Still not much in the way of humidity, but the humidity starts to creep back in and the temperatures creep up by the time we head into the weekend near triple-digit heat once again.
As a reminder, we will be live every Thursday for the 5 and 6 p.m. shows for the next 6 weeks. And the next stop on our More Power to You tour is Coffeyville, Kansas. We'll be live from the downtown plaza in front of the historic Perkins building. Stop by to win a Roku and be in the drawing for Kansas City Chiefs tickets. I know we would both enjoy that, that winning. Thanks for watching. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.
Salon service is provided by the Wild Side.